Okay, so next installment. This is book one of the Aeneid, 494 to 519. So Aeneas has talked to his mom, Venus, who has decided it would be a great idea for him to go in incognito. So she wraps him in a cloud so that he and his buddy don't get seen. And on their way down, they see this mural that's on a wall, and they start seeing people they know and themselves, and it's like, whoa, Trojan War, they know about us here, we're totally famous, dude. Okay, so we pick up here. Haec dum Dardanio Aeneae Miranda videntur. While these wonderful things are seen. Haec Miranda go together. Miranda is technically a gerundive, future passive participle, so things to be admired. While these wonderful things are being seen by Dardan Aeneas, dum stupet, while he is struck dumb, while he is, that's where the word stupid comes from, while he is struck speechless, obtutu quaeret de fixus in uno, and hangs fixed in one gaze. Regina templum forma pulcherrima dido incessit. The queen to her temple, the queen who is Dido, that's ablative. Let's make that look ablative. Forma pulcherrima dido, most beautiful in form. The queen, Dido, most beautiful in form, to her temple went. Magna juvenum stipante caterva, with a great, caterva is usually herd, but here it's a herd of young men, so it's like an entourage, with a great entourage of young men crowding around. Qualis, okay, metaphor here coming up. Qualis in eurotai ripis aut per juga kinthi exercet Diana choros. Just as Qualis is agreeing with Diana there, the goddess Diana, just as Diana, verb, exercises her chorus. Her chorus, those are her dancers, group of dancers. Just like Diana exercises her dancers in Eurotairipis, on the banks of the Erota, that's a river in Sparta, out per Juga Kinthi, or through the ridges of Kinthus, that's a mountain on Delos. Both of those are special places to Apollo and Diana. Quam mille secutai hinc at quinc glomerantur oreades. Quam, relative pronoun. Accusative here, the antecedent is Diana. So whom secutai is agreeing with oreades. That's nominative plural. So having followed whom, perfect deponent participle. So just like Diana exercises her chorus, her dancers, having followed whom, 1,000 of them, 1,000 Oreads, those are mountain nymphs, whom 1,000 Oreads having followed hither and thither, glomerantur, are crowding about. Illa faretram fert umero. That one, Diana, that one bears her faretra, her arrow thing. The arrow thing. Not the bow, but the thing you put the arrows in. What do you call that? Faretra. That one bears her faretra on her shoulder. Gradiens quedea super eminet omnis. Omnis, accusative plural. They're agreeing with deas. Gradiens, present active participle modifying illa, who is Diana. So, and walking, and as she goes, she towers over all the goddesses. So she's taller. She's towering over them because she's bigger, and that's how you know that you're a super big deal, because when you're the big goddess, you're literally the big goddess. Latonae tacitum per temptant gaudia pectus. Per temptant, plural verb. Where's the subject? Right there. That's neuter plural. Gaudium is the nominative singular. So the joys, per temptant, fill or something? Per temptant. I gotta look it up. Possess, try, master, joys, master, joys possess the silent breast of Latona. Latona is the mom of Diana and Apollo. So joys possess her silent breast. Talis erat dido. So here comes the end of the second part of the metaphor. Qualis Diana, just like Diana does all this stuff, talis erat dido, just the same was Dido. Talis, they're agreeing with, correlated with Qualis, and there's another one, Talem, they're still agreeing with Dido, but now agreeing with her as a reflexive pronoun, because she's also still the subject of Ferebat. So just like just so was Dido, just so was she bearing herself happy. That's actually an adverb. We can make it translate it like it's actually an adjective. We can translate it like an adverb in English. Talem se laita ferebat. Just so was she hastening happily, per medios, through the middle of some male peoples. Instant operi regnisque futuris. Pressing upon, or something like that, pressing upon the work and the kingdoms about to be, the future active participle of sum there, hastening the work, dative, hastening the work and the kingdoms to be. Tum foribus divi media testudine templi saeptarmis solio qual te subnixa resedit. Then, what happens next? Well, then, foribus divi. Okay, this is a little bit tricky. Foribus is a locative ablative, so is media testudine. So you translate it like in. Then, in the doors of the goddess. Of the goddess, that means of the goddess's temple. So when that's synecdoche, when you refer to the temple as the goddess of the temple, then in the doors of the goddess, in the middle of the tortoise of the temple. Why is there a tortoise in the temple? Somebody get this tortoise out of the temple. No, it's the, what do you call it? The dome of the temple, which looks like a tortoise shell, apparently. Then, in the doors of the goddess, in the middle of the dome of the temple, saepta armis, surrounded by arms, solio qual te subnixa resedit, she resides, resting highly on her throne. So that's an adverb. Resting high on her throne. So it's like probably literally a high throne, but Vergil casts it as an adverb, resting high on her throne. Jura dabat legesque viris. She was giving laws and other kinds of laws to her men. to her, the subjects of her kingdom. Operumque laborem partibus aequabat justis. And she was equaling, making what equals? Direct object, laborem, making equal the work of the works. So the work, like the physical labor of the jobs that had to be done. So she was making equal or divvying out equally the labor of the jobs in just parts, so like in just proportions. Out sorte trahebat, or was dragging them out by lot, was drawing them by lot. So she was probably literally like rolling dice or something like that to decide who had to do what. They actually thought that was a perfectly fair way of doing things in the ancient world. So either she was saying, you do this, you do that, and trying to make it as fair as possible, or just rolling dice or drawing straws to find out who had to do what. Cum subito, Aeneas concursa cedere magno, anthea sergestumque videt, fortemque cloanthum. Hey, it's those guys. When all of a sudden, Aeneas concursu accedere magno. Aeneas, you gotta go all the way down to here to find out what he's doing. Aeneas sees. What does he see? He sees a person. He sees Anthes, Anthea, accusative, so the noun is Anthes. That's a Greek accusative. Sergestumque and Sergestus and brave Cloanthus. Remember those guys? Yay, they're alive. Remember he was looking for them on the top of the cliff there and he thought they were all dead? Well, this is good news. Here they are. Wonderful. So he's seeing them, but he's not just seeing them. He's seeing them doing something, and that's what this is there for. That's an infinitive, right? So what do you call it when you have a verb of the head and an accusative plus infinitive? Indirect statement. Okay, so how do we translate that? So when suddenly Aeneas sees Antheus and Sergestus and brave Cloanthus approach. So when he sees that they approach in great concourse, in great procession. So this is good news. Teucrorum qualios ater quos aequora turbo dispulerat, and others of the Trojans, whom, pretend that whom is over here, okay? If it were prose, it would be there. Whom the black turbo, that's nominative masculine there. So whom the black whirlpool from the ocean dispulerat, so like popped out. What does a whirlpool do with you from the sea? Spits you out? Whom the black whirlpool spit out from the sea. Penitus qualias avexerat oras, and conveyed, bore to other shores deep within, and conveyed deep within to other shores. So why other shores? Other than what? Other than the ones that Aeneas landed on. That's why he couldn't see them and why he didn't meet them when he got on the beach. They must have been dragged by the storm to some other remote place on this thing. They don't know he's there. He didn't know they were there, but now he sees them. So he's like, great, this is wonderful. Obstipuet simul ipse, simul per colsus arcates, laetitiaque metuque. So obstipuet simul ipse, ipse is Aeneas. At once, he himself is dumbstruck, thunderstruck, can't speak. Simul per colsus arcates, having arcates per colsus, I think you can assume est there. Arcates at once is struck, laetitia, with happiness and with fear, both ablatives. Why with happiness? Because his friends are alive. Why with fear? Because he doesn't know what's going to happen next. Who knows if this queen is nice yet or not. Avidi conjungere dextras ardebat, avid, super excited. They burn to join their right hands. They want to join right hands, but they can't because of social distancing. Sed res animos incognita turbat, but the thing unknown, the unknown thing, disturbs their minds. Thing, res, that's the most annoying word in Latin, shortest word with the longest dictionary entry. What does it mean here? Something like the current circumstances. But the fact that the current circumstances are unknown, they don't know how they're going to be received. They don't know if this queen is nice. Who knows, she's maybe going to throw them in the ocean for invading her territory or what. They don't know. Dissimulant. They hide. So they continue to hide. They don't reveal themselves. Et nube cava speculantur amicti, and wrapped in their hollow cloud speculantur, they watch. Let's see what happens to them first before we reveal ourselves. Plan. So they watch. What do they watch? They watch this. I put in. Okay, but I'm gonna take you there. Okay. All right. So quae fortuna viris. Let's get rid of all that. Quae fortuna viris classem quo litore linquant quid veniant. You'll see why that was there for in a second. So you'll see veniant, linquant, subjunctive. Why are they subjunctive? Well, it may not be obvious from quae, it may not even be obvious from quo, but it should be obvious from quid. That is an interrogative pronoun. So these other things are interrogative too. That's an interrogative adjective agreeing with litore. That's an interrogative adjective agreeing with fortuna. So what do you call it when you have interrogative clauses inside of another sentence? It's an indirect question. So these are all indirect questions. And in fact, there's 3 of them, even though you can only see 1, 2 verbs. That's because there's a verb missing here. And what verb is it that's missing all the time when there's a verb missing? It's usually that one if the subject is singular, which it is here. But like I said, these are both subjunctives because it's indirect questions. So this one has to be subjunctive too. So that's why that's there. Okay, so now we can start to translate this, but we have to find out one more thing. There's the subject. What fortune is to the men? What kind of, what case is that? Dative. What kind of a dative is it? What kind of a dative is it most of the time when you have a subject and a dative, then part of sum? Dative of the possessor. So how does the dative of the possessor go? Usually we say it's something like viro est gladius. To the man there is a sword, or better, the man has a sword. So do that here. To the men there is what fortune? What fortune do the men have? Okay, so starting again from the beginning. They hide, and wrapped in their hollow cloud, they watch, understood to see, what fortune the men have. Okay, so let's see what happens to them before we come out. Classem quo litore linquant. At what shore they leave the fleet. At what shore they are leaving the fleet behind, so that there's other men there waiting for them, right? So Aeneas is sitting there waiting to find out what happens to them, at least so he can find out where the other men are. Quid veniant. They came. What to do with quid there? They are still obviously the subject of veniant. Quid can't be a direct object, although it is accusative. Can't be direct object because veniant is intransitive. So it's actually accusative of respect there. And when a quid is an accusative of respect, with respect to what they are coming, that's pretty much like a why. So you can just translate it as why. Why they are coming. Okay, so whole thing again. They hide, and in their hollow cloud wrapped, They watch to see what fortune the men have, at what shore they are leaving the fleet, why they are coming. Cunctis nam, explanation, cunctis nam lectit navibus ibant, for having been chosen from all of the ships, they were coming, orantes veniam. No, that's not some form of venio, that's actually a noun, venia, venii, that means something like pardon, favor, grace, something like that. So they were, having been chosen from all the ships, they were coming begging pardon, et templum clamore petebant, and were seeking the temple with a shout, by means of shouting. Why were they shouting? I guess they were excited, having a lot of emotions that they needed to express, as would we all. Okay, that's enough for now. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.